Okay, y'all, I just woke up from a nap. I'm just gonna do this quick video, then I'm gonna go in here and make me some shrimp scampi. Make me a big helping of um, shrimp scampi, and and for y'all who don't know, my internet, I was having problems with my internet, but they came out and got everything back up and running for me, so I am back in business. I just primarily came on here, y'all, to remind you, for the people that don't know, you're being scammed. This is what this woman does. This is what she's always done. It's what she will always do. All the people you see over here, they're part of the scam. They're part of it. Now let's take a look at what some of these people are saying. If you notice, it's the same person, this Sandra Mayfield person. I don't know if she's eating prunes or what. It kind of comes off to me as somebody that may be old and dried up. Just kind of like worthless. Maybe don't have nothing to live for. And she has to attach herself to, just the most bottom of the barrel type person that there is. And you just have a lot of desperate people like this. And it's just what they do. They anywhere there's drama, you know, they get in and like, ooh. See, right now, it's everybody turn on lovely kind of thing, you know. And don't think for a minute Sakina does not know this. That's why you're seeing her do video after video after video. And it's primarily the people tuning in that don't like lovely. Like I said, I never really had a problem with lovely. Sakina was always the problem. I mean, if you look back at everything, she's the source of problems between people. She's the source of problems in her life. The way she lives her life is a problem. She doesn't see it. I mean, these people see it. you know it's like they tune in to see the train wreck. They tune in to see if the cops are going to stop her riding around smoking blunts or laced blunts or whatever it is that she's smoking in that car. They're riding around to watch her get handcuffs. They're just hanging around to watch the train wreck. you know Now, I don't know if Lovely's dragging her in return. um She may or may not be. If she is, she needs to drag her by her nipples and scrape up her face, dragging her all up and down YouTube streets. You know, if I were her, I wouldn't hold back on the heifer. I would not. But that's neither here nor there. You can't tell nobody what to do with their platform. You can't tell nobody what to do with their money. If these people want to sit around and give it to Sakina, let her have her 15 minutes of fame. You know, it's not going to last forever. These people aren't going to sit around and financially take care of a scammer. Right now they're entertaining all the commotion that's going on. It's their way of saying, hey, Lovely, look at me. I'm going to give her money. I'm not going to give it to you. That's all it is. you know. But at the same time, the money's coming out of their pocket. They probably got a child somewhere that need a pair of socks. You know, so let these people give until they don't have nothing else to give. Let them give until they hungry. You know, she's gonna be right there driving all around town, smoking blunts, 4 and 5 times a day, doing lives, talking about the same thing she was talking about 2 days ago, which is lovely. You know, Lovely can expect hundreds of hours of video footage on her now. I'm sure she already knows that. Believe me, y'all, Lovely knows she's a scammer. You know, Let them, ride in their little red wagon and let somebody come and flip that red wagon over on their ass. You know. It's what scammers deserve at the end of every day. But here it is, she's speaking on me.
Forest, but
Let me turn it up some so y'all can hear me. So y'all can hear her. You know. I heard her say something about no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Bitch, you are the weapon in your own life. I mean, look at what you're doing. Look at the life you're living. Look at what your life has been reduced to. Sitting around, riding around in coronavirus weather, wearing a mask, for $5 tips. I mean, let's get real. You think that person's gonna drop you $50 every day? I mean, if they do, fine. It just means that you found, a fool that you've been looking for on here for 3 years. You found them. And whether they know it or not, they're showing everybody how big of a fool they are, how desperate they are to be noticed some kind of way. If these people want to drop you thousands of dollars of their stimulus checks, take every dime of it. If they are that stupid, ride them until the wheels fall off. I already know that's what your plans are. I already know you're planning on doing 4 and 5 videos a day, riding around smoking blunts, riding around in coronavirus. But the thing is, you come for everybody else, but something tells me that you ain't ready to bark back up this tree again. And for the record, I haven't dragged your ass yet. You haven't been dragged yet. Out of all the videos I made on you, you have not been dragged yet the way I'm capable of dragging your ass. I just want to get that out there.
there. Okay. Forest with moving there. My whole thing is this: any weapon formed against me shall not prosper.
Yeah, and you are the weapon. Look at your life. Look around you. You're living with some random man that you have to look out the corner of your eyes every 5 minutes to see if he's coming up behind you. You're doing God knows what in every room of that house. Being someone's, just sex toy. However they want it. On the ceiling, on the floor, on the walls. Your only freedom is when you can get in that car of yours and get people to give you money for talking about lovely. You got people watching you, you feel important. That's a wonderful thing, but it's not changing nothing in your life. You are the common denominator. You are the weapon in your life. Your life reflects what a mess you are in it, what a mess you've created out of it. It's plain as day. These people know that. They see that. It's almost like passing by a beggar standing at a red light, and these people are rolling down their windows, throwing out dollars to you. And you're going to be at that same spot tomorrow, the same spot next week, the same spot next month, the same spot next year. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. You are your own weapon. Your life reflects what a weapon you are in it. You are the common denominator to problems. Anyone that's ever had any dealings with you has regretted it.
it doesn't matter. You know, there's actually comments on my page that, I just, I deserve that. She got me good.
Somebody like you deserves whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is you've been going through, whatever it is that you will continue to go through. You know, you may take 2 steps forward, but your ass gonna end up taking 5 steps backwards. And then you're gonna say, boo hoo, woe is me, y'all give me money. Give it to me over here on this platform or either over here on that platform because y'all can't live without me. I'm just a walking disaster. You know, my whole life is a liability to anybody that has ever came in contact with it. You got to have full coverage when you're dealing with somebody like this. Every move is a calculated step. They're going to take you up. They're going to take you down. They're going to make you feel this way. They're going to make you feel that way. Ooh, I'm such a victim. Ooh, he's such a bad guy. They ain't going to tell you all the underhanded backstabbing stuff that they do and have done their whole life to everybody in it. You're just going to see them riding around in a car, smoking a blunt, and that's their life. And they feel like because they get $5 here or $10 here or $20 here from the same people day after day, you know, there's some miracle worker on YouTube. No. They're just a charity case. They're just a beggar. You know, they're just a hustler. They're just a scammer. They're running scams. They're con artists. They're shysty. They can't be trusted. They backstabbers. They plot and scheme on y'all daily. Ooh, well, this didn't work. I didn't get, the $50 from this person this day. Well, you know what? Let me try something different tomorrow. And if that don't work, I'm going to try something different the next day. All to sit around and try to get another $50 donation or $100 donation. They ain't going to get up off their ass and work on nobody's job, look for nobody's job nowhere. They're fine just being, some blow up sets doll for some random guy that they don't even know. Doing it on the walls, the floors, and the ceilings. To have a roof over your head and to be on YouTube constantly running scams. At the rate you're going, it'll take you 5 years to get your place. If you're expecting these people to pay your monthly rent and your deposit for all your utilities and what all is involved. And at the end of the day, it'll still be a lease. You won't own none of it. Go downtown in the city that you live in. I'm sure you've been there. Walk down that street. You'll see people living the American dream. You're excluded from that. Let's have a moment of silence for scammers being excluded from living a prosperous life. But yet they get on here and say, ooh, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Last time I checked, I'm not really worried or hurting for anything. My bills are paid. If I need money, matter of fact, I went to the bank today and made a deposit. If it's something I need, I get it. If it's something I want, I get it. I don't sit around worrying about if I got enough money to pay this, I got to save up for this, and ooh, I got to scam people for that. I come from the working class. I spent my life being a productive member of society. Not hiding in the dark shadows of being a scammer on YouTube. Dragging dead black females as mothers for coins. That was your introduction to YouTube. Dragging a dead black female's mother for attention and coins. No, I'd rather zoom in on somebody like you. Because the people need to know about you. They need to know that all you're about is taking, gimme, 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 gimme. What can you do for me? Ooh, look what all I'm doing for you. Aren't I just the most specialist thing that has ever walked this American soil? And I'm the gift to America, you know. But yet at the same time, you're a black female who's done absolutely nothing with her life at all. People see what you're reduced to. You're reduced to coping. Every day you cope. Because I think every day is a bitter reminder that it's at the end of the road for you. This is it for you. What you're doing on here now, you're going to have to be doing this for the rest of your days. As long as you got a fool in your back pocket, you'll be able to buy you a blunt. But other than that, I don't see it ending well. You know. I mean, I don't know any kid who respects their mother that's riding around in a city in their car advertising what all illicit drugs that they're using, scamming everybody that they can to get by. You are the weapon. You've always been the weapon. And I think the reality is you can't accept that. That's why you have to live in constant fantasy mode, constant escape mode. You have to be blunted up and geeked out daily. You know, I've recorded lots of videos about you. On some of them, they've gone a little too far. And I chose not to post them. But you'll always have somebody like this that's going to attract the ugly elements of society. You know, these grimy, grungy, slimy black women that are just like her, who are cut from the same cloth as her, and who in 20 or 30 years is going to end up just like her. So don't get it twisted. There's nothing glamorous about being a nobody who's been reduced to scamming people for dollar bills on a daily. There's nothing glamorous about that.
No, she didn't get me good.
You know. I mean, you know, crackheads exist. Fat crackheads exist. You know, fiends exist. Geeks exist. People that are geeked out daily to be able to deal with their circumstances. These people exist. It's a reality. It's not fantasy. You know, there are people whose lives is a train wreck. And what do people do at train wrecks? They slow down. Some people stop and get out of their car and start filming. These are the people that are giving you dollars and $5 or whatever. You know, their lives is no better. You know, I don't know. Maybe that protects you, you from dragging them. I ain't never gave you nothing, and you still can't drag me. You've tried everything in the book. My channel is still up. You know, I'm in the comfort of my home daily. You know, a roof over my head, my bills are paid. I'm not out here hustling, conning, scheming, plotting on nobody. Because I'm not about that life. I did something with mine. You know, you did nothing with yours. What you're doing now, you will forever be doing it. Sleeping with random men to have a roof over your head, moving from, man to man to man, whoever will have you, whoever is desperate enough that day, and you'll be constantly milking all these fools over here for every dime that you can get out of them. If you have to mention lovely name every day, that's what you'll do. It's the same people, you know. 90% of them, if they aren't already like you, they're already on that road to being you. And without y'all holding one another up, y'all would starve. That's the reality of it. I mean, it ain't rocket science. These people are at the bottom of the barrel. A lot of them are sitting in the dark on their phones. Because turning on the light is going to be a bill that they can't afford to pay. These people aren't anybody to be looked up to. I mean, you have to think about it. Who would do without so that somebody else can have? So that a scammer can have? It tells you how desperate these people are for some kind of attention. They're willing to go broke for it. They're willing to starve for it. And they're too stupid to know that all the while they're being milked and milked and milked. And they will soon be discarded when they are of no more use to somebody like you, who is a complete and absolute scammer, fiending, geeked out, con artist, thief, crook, shiesty heifer with a hidden agenda. And everybody's just not drinking the Kool-Aid. Some people tune in to see at what point you're going to wreck that car. At what point you're going to have a head-on collision. At what point you're going to ride around and have a stroke on live. At what point the police are going to lock your ass up for the illicit activities that you do. I mean, you already know about illicit activities. You're doing all kind of. You're pulling out all the stops for me. You're using these people's money to try to bring down my channel, and at the end of the day, it won't do a bit of good because I have several more channels. I mean, before it's all over and said and done, I'll have a channel that's dragging your ass every day of the week. Monday through Sunday. Tune in on this channel on Monday, this channel on Tuesday, this channel on Wednesday. I don't have a problem exposing scammers and con artists and thieves and crooks and shiesty heifers who have wasted their lives. It's an honor to me to open up the eyes of people who are so easily pulled in by all of these people that are part of your scam over here. That's why they all do what they do. They stay busy. It's the same people doing the same things. These are losers. These are nobodies. These are hard up, desperate people. Some of them have kids, and it ain't enough that they kid like them. They put their own kids on the back burner for a scammer. They'll make sure that their kid does without, so that you can have a blunt to get through another day. And so you can have whatever it is that you're lacing it with, or whatever, however it is that you're doing it, melting it, crushing it, freebasing it. I don't know what all you're not doing. I know you have more than one pipe. And one of them looks like a crack pipe to me. People know you're strung out. You know, you can get anybody to urinate in whatever that is that you bought. You didn't buy it, no way. You bought it with somebody else's money. You can get anybody to urinate in that and mail it in and claim it's yours. You know, that means nothing. You know, prove to the people that you can stand up on your own 2 feet and be a productive member of society after almost 50 years of being a scammer. Prove that. And that you can sustain. But you've already tried that. You've already been evicted. You can't sustain. You're going to lie and cheat and steal to get whatever it is that you get. And you won't be able to keep it. Then you'll be lying, cheating, and stealing to replace it or to hold on to it. These people aren't going to sit around and take care of you. At a certain point, they ain't going to have nothing to give you. A lot of them don't even have jobs to go to. I mean, let's keep it real. A lot of them are in the same situation you're in. But you're teaching them how to be a scammer. So they're like, ooh, okay, here's $5. Thanks for that info. And then you got some of them on here that are white that, want to attach themselves to black people to be accepted. So, let me just give you 10, 20, 25, 30, $35. But at the end of the day, your ass still white. Your ass still being played. Your ass is still dispensable. When the money runs out, you're dispensable. Give money for the rest of your days. It ain't gonna change your circumstances or hers. She's gonna still be a geeked out fiend, and you still gonna be the most lily white fool up on here, paying for black acceptance to fit in with black folks. She knows this. Exactly, she knows it.
She didn't give me good.
And she keeps Miko name in her mouth. Miko needs to drag your ass from Canada to Florida. That's what she needs to do. Non-stop. She called you for what you are. I believe everything she said about you. I don't have to go back and look for a video or, request a time stamp. She's about that life, and she saw what you do. The reason I didn't see it is because I'm not about that life. But yeah, I believe every word she said about you. A fiend. Geeked out fiend. A scamming, shiesty, pathetic, geeked out fiend. That's a disgrace to herself. And you're the problem. I mean, look back over your life. The common denominator is you. You've always been the problem. You always will be the problem. You've always been a scammer. And in order for you to survive, you're going to have to keep scamming and milking these fools. And I personally don't have a problem with you milking them. Milk them and milk them. Milk them until you can't get no more milk out of the breast. Skeet, it ain't nothing else coming out. I mean, milk them. Nothing's coming out of my pocket at all. I just see them for the train wrecks they are. And the first thing you're going to holler, I ain't asked y'all for nothing. But I'm the best thing on YouTube since Sweet Tea. It's all a scam. It's all a con. And there's a lot of people involved in the con, in the scheme, in the scam. You can't do it alone. You have to have these scammers waking up out their sleep, with all these emojis praising you because you don't know nothing. You know, they're probably saving your life at the end of the day. Because I would think probably on multiple occasions you probably woke up and said, you know what, I don't have anything to live for. You know, and I think that's about as accurate of a portrayal of you that I can verbalize. There's no sweet way to put it. You just a sour patch in life.
It does.
You know. So like I said, say whatever you want about me. You are a walking nightmare. You're a living nightmare. You know. I mean, you can spend the rest of your days, you won't accomplish what I have as far as being prosperous. I'd give you 50 years to catch up with me. It's not going to happen.